hard left anti-interventionist commentator. Wait, hard left? Hard left anti-interventionist commentator Glenn Greenwald? He just did like a team WWF wrestling match with fucking Alex Jones. He was on Alex Jones' team. You know, tap me in, Alex. That's what just happened. Like, I don't really know which more to solidify. Like, it was bad enough when Glenn Greenwald was basically just doing, like, PR for Alex Jones, and everyone was like, wow, that's a new low. Apparently not low enough. Apparently he was like, yeah, no, I'd like to be in a wrestling match. I'll team Alex Jones, please. I'll be with the Alex Jones guy. Yeah, Gopnik was retweeted by the one and only Mehdi Hassan, who we're also going to be talking about later on, because the Mehdi just did his very last episode of the Mehdi Hassan show ever, because NBC are craven cowards who are craven and cowardly. But yeah, if you didn't know, apparently the massive ass purge just happened. All these big ass leftist accounts, all one after the other, got suspended or deleted. And among them, we got the one and only Klippenstein. Very, very sad to see him go. Rob Rousseau, the TrueAnon Pod, fantastic podcast. If you don't listen to TrueAnon Pod, I highly recommend it. Alan McLeod. I don't know how to refer to Squirrel outside of Squirrel Avatar account, which oftentimes, the one thing that I would say unites all of them, deeply, deeply critical of Elon Musk, for sure. Incredibly critical of, obviously, imperialism, the American empire, as well as Israeli imperialism and, colonial projects and genocide. That also would unite all of them. So that happened. They all just got nuked one after the other. What were some of the things here? Alejandro Caraballo says, there was a massive purge of journalists on Twitter. Stephen Zetti of the Texas Observer, Glenn Klippenstein of The Intercept, in addition, blogger Rob Rousseau, podcast TrueAnon Pod. They also got Zay Squirrel, Liam Neeson, both shitposting accounts that were critical of Elon and Bill Ackman. That is true. For the record, Bill Ackman is a whiny, entitled, hypocritical piece of shit. I didn't know how this could get worse, but it did. Well, before we get to that, let's look at The Onion's article on this entire endeavor. So this is from The Onion. Things that will get you permanently banned from Elon Musk's Twitter. Inactivity. Users who have gone more than 1 year without tweeting the N-word will have their accounts deleted. Using slurs like adult virgin who owns electric car company. Hateful language will not be tolerated. Also, cis. Can't use cis. If you use cis, that is considered a slur now for all you sissies. Getting more likes than him. Nobody upstages Twitter's do big boy, the Musk. DMing Grimes. Don't even think about it. Big no-no. That'll get you roasted. Stealing memes from your followers without attribution. Oh wait, this one was put here by mistake. Forget we mentioned it. Sorry. Bringing up the past. Twitter is now only for the present, and the future should not be threatened by contradictions or things that happened before. Seems fair. Like that picture of Ghislaine and that other guy. I forget who the other guy in the photo is, but it's definitely Ghislaine Maxwell and some other dude standing beside her. A big old photo. Enjoying yourself. No longer allowed. True, that is now illegal on Twitter. Responding to Elon's tweets with the cry laughing emoji instead of the sideways cry laughing emoji. Elon is a really funny guy, and he can sense when you're not actually laughing. Give him the full slant. He deserves it. Leaving. Any attempt to leave Twitter will result in a permanent ban. Fair enough. Posting the vase. Vase? You know the one. If you tempt face by posting a picture of the vase, your account is as good as banned. You will deserve it. Pretending to be one of Elon's organ clones. Elon has taken a particular hardline stance since the verified users who changed their name and photo to resemble any of the thousands of secret organ clones he's grown in a lab near the Tesla HQ. God, this website sucks, huh? Not an offense you can get banned for, but holy shit, it just blows. Yeah, it's just basically Hitler's bunker. Popular left-wing critics taking off the free speech mask. There is no free speech mask. He has complied more with authoritarian government's demands to censor accounts than any other previous administration of Twitter in the past. So Elon does not care about free speech. He cares about which speech is the freest. That's what he cares about. Elon Musk's X Twitter platform began suspending the accounts of prominent left-wing journalists and bloggers late on Monday night and into Tuesday. Civil rights attorney Alejandro Caraballo began documenting the massive purge Tuesday morning and listed some of the major accounts that were suspended. Ken Klippenstein of The Intercept, Stephen Zetti, who writes under Stephen Monticelli, of the Texas Observer, blogger Rob Rousseau, the account of TrueAnon podcast, blogger Zay Squirrel were amongst the suspended. Caraballo noted that most of the suspended are shitposting accounts that were critical of Elon Musk and Bill Ackman, suggesting that Musk was silencing critics. Mediaite reached out to X for comment and received an automated reply that read, "Busy now, please check back later." In a statement to the Daily Dot, Zeddy said he did not receive any explanation from X about the suspension. He added he had written multiple critical reports about Twitter, X, and Elon Musk in recent months. Observers were quick to note that many of the suspended accounts were not only critical of Musk, but also of UN foreign policy and Israel's war against Hamas in Gaza. Hard left anti-interventionist commentator... Wait, hard left? Hard left anti-interventionist commentator Glenn Greenwald? He just did like a team WWF wrestling match with fucking Alex Jones. He was on Alex Jones' team, you know. Tap me in, Alex. That's what just happened. Like, I don't really know which more to solidify. Like, it was bad enough when Glenn Greenwald was basically just doing like PR for Alex Jones, and everyone was like, wow, that's a new low. Apparently not low enough. Apparently he was like, yeah, no, I'd like to be in a wrestling match, and I'll tell team Alex Jones, please. I'll be with the Alex Jones guy. Yeah, him. Reacted to the suspension, writing, the account Zay Squirrel was highly popular and polarizing. Its focus on harsh criticizing of the US EU foreign policy. That account survived the prior Twitter regime. Their recent focus has been on criticizing Israel and Ackman. Just got banned with no explanation at Elon Musk. Now, I'm sure Glenn would just adore to take credit for all these accounts suddenly being reinstated, because if you're watching this, you probably know all the accounts are back. I think it has a lot more to do with the #1 political account on Twitter, the one and only Jackson Hinkle. And I should have shown Jackson Hinkle instead of Clinton Klippenstein. Here's who should be #1. This should be the #1 political account. All right, everyone, go follow Ken. If you haven't already, you should be following Ken. It says, why are accounts critical of Israel being suspended at Elon Musk? And then finally, Elon Musk replies, I will investigate. Obviously, it is okay to be critical of anything, but it is not okay to call for extreme violence, as that is illegal. Apart from the UN exemption, where officials from countries recognized by the UN can say what they say at the UN. For the record, like... I don't think this was because the accounts were specifically just critical of Israel. I think all of these accounts do also have another thing in common. They're all very, very critical of Elon Musk. But yeah, what is this Twilight Zone shit? I totally agree with you. Very, very Twilight Zone, where this fucking white supremacist, anti-LGBTQ plus bigot has risen to the ranks of becoming one of the... No, he is the biggest fucking political account on Twitter. And as I pointed out before, it's 100% a grift. The guy was previous and on camera talking and praising Benjamin Netanyahu, saying that like he thinks Benjamin Netanyahu is very favorable, to Xi Jinping, and that they are going to help the new multipolar world and all this kind of shit. And then figured, this is actually a new way to actually increase my view and sub count exponentially. And then started becoming this incredibly anti-Israel account. But yeah, that's just the world we live in. There you have it. And now fucking Jackson Hinkle, the white supremacist, is the account of all accounts that brought light to this, that Elon Musk was apparently like, oh, dude, no, I'm still Space Karen. Worship me, please. But the thing is, with anti-Semitism, it is very alive and well, especially in the good old US of A. There is a lot of fucking anti-Semitic racist assholes who hate Jewish people just for being Jewish. And unfortunately, there are all these fucking pro-Zionists, and a lot of them are both, conservative and liberals who have tried to associate the very idea of being anti-Semitic with whatever Israel is doing, which is so deeply anti-Semitic because when Israel, the nation, is doing really fucked up shit, like ethnic cleansing or genocide, if you are to associate that with all Jewish people, well, that's really fucked up to do because, not all Jewish people. This is the actions of a sovereign nation. They're the ones doing this. This has nothing to do with all Jewish people. If anything, Jewish people have been leading a lot of the anti-Zionist protests in the United States and abroad. A lot of great organizations, Jewish Voices for Peace, If Not Now Org, all that kind of stuff. But then you get a person like Jackson Hinkle who rises to the ranks because, yes, he is tweeting a lot of anti-Israeli sentiments, conspiracy theories, videos, some of it true, some of it just straight up conspiracy theories, point towards the AI image that he thought that Ben Shapiro had made, even though it was like very quickly debunked, but never deleting that kind of stuff. And then there's a lot of people online who don't know anything about who the fuck is Jackson Hinkle. They see this is an account that has an American flag, it's a checkmark, has millions of followers. Okay, well, retweet. I'll hit that right now. And then you don't know that you're promoting. Like, there is a lot of anti-Semitic accounts on Twitter that have become very, very popular. I think one of them is like Stop Zionism, that has like a play on the Pepsi logo or something like that. It also tweets out stuff like, who do you think killed Jesus? And you're like, oh, so you're actual anti-Semites. Like, you actually just don't like Jewish people because you don't like Jewish people for being Jewish. Like, that's who you are. And then you're just taking this whole opportunity to suddenly be like, oh, yes, we're all on the same team, see? And then for people who are just like, you know, in their desperation, trying to bring as much noise and attention to all this stuff as possible, as you should be doing, by the way. Do not look away at what is happening to Palestinians in Gaza, but at the same time, they may be retweeting anti-Semitic accounts without even knowing it. It's really the shitty aspect of all this. Gandalf the White mode activated. Wasn't banned an hour and people are already clout chasing off my internet corpse. By the way, internet, stop doing this. Stop, like, especially any of you profess to be lefties. I saw this happen to Juniper to disgusting lengths. Juniper's account goes down, and all of a sudden, all these new accounts spring up with the exact same logo and everything, and they're all like, looking for like 150,000 of my followers, lol. And then, of course, like a whole bunch of people are like, oh, Juniper's back, awesome. And they all hit follow, and then it's just like some random account, and then like after they've gained like 10,000 followers, like, oh, by the way, I'm not actually Juniper. This was in solidarity, see? This was a solidarity account. I was like, that's not solidarity. You're just poaching that old account's likes and stuff. I mean, like, if you want to do like, you know, Je suis Juniper or Je suis Ken Klippenstein, by all means do it. Post Ken and put Ken in your avatars or stuff like that. But when Ken comes back the very next day, make sure you point that out. Don't, like, this is Ken Klippenstein's new account. Going to lay low on the journalism stuff, but we'll continue to post about labor unions and hedonism too and things of that nature. Like, goddamn, the vultures are out fast. Just going for that corpse. It's a good thing. I guess we have nothing to thank but the fragile ego of Elon Musk. Definitely fucking nothing else than that, because he just has to be free speech man. But in the eyes of his fucking, you know, sycophants, not actually free speech man. He doesn't care about free speech. Again, cares about which speech is the freest. That's it. There's a video on a channel called Mind Explosions that explains the whole phenomenon pretty well.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Can you please hit the like and subscribe button and maybe leave a comment? It really does help the videos out. But first, the people who produce everything you see before you and make this entire channel possible: Amazing Fletch, Anna Loves Riley, Ariane McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbard Celine, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Puppy, Quiet 185, Rachel K, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby K, Cernicus, Spinach Monster, Stellar Vision, Sebastian Demel, Trevbot.exe, Words Greenwood, and Travis McClinton. And also, thank you to every other person who helps fund this show. Their names are on the screen right now. It would not be possible without every single one of them. We cannot thank you enough. And if you want to join the Patreon, please come to patreon.com/theserfs and help us exist.